Hello and welcome into the Big Leaf Basketball President's Day Elementary School Showcase here at Cardinal High School. It's the third annual event, and every single year this goes out to help out one lucky family who is really going through something tough. The first year in 2017, it helped out Skylar Skarneckia, and then the second year, Tyler Noble, this year's beneficiary, is going to be the Belkes and Vanek families. September 10th, 2018, four of their family members were involved in a tragic car accident that affected all of our lives and hearts. Tamara and her daughter Nora and Amber and Paisley were traveling home from Bainbridge after an afternoon of shopping for ballet supplies for the girls when a negligent driver ran a red light and struck their vehicle. The car was hit so hard that it pushed them into a metal utility pole and box. The damage was extensive, and as a result, they lost a huge part of their family. Paisley went to be with God that day, and Nora was in a fight for her life. Amber and Tamara sustained injuries, but were able to be with their little girls in those precious moments. Instead of starting ballet, they waited to learn the outcome of Nora's injuries and planned a funeral for a ray of sunshine, Paisley. Since the accident, their family's done its best to put one foot in front of the other and take each day as it comes. Paisley is in heaven with her papas and watching over them each day, and Nora was able to return to school after 4 months of recovery and is healing far beyond what had been expected. So it's going to be to help benefit those families who have obviously gone through so much in these past couple of months. Now, when we're looking at what's going to happen today, it all starts at 8:15, and at 8:15, we're going to have the 3rd and 4th grade girls play. Remember, there are tons of games coming throughout this entire day. The last game coming at 6 p.m., so lots of time here at Cardinal High School if you want to stop on up, even if it's for a game or two. At 9:30, the next game will begin. That's the 3rd grade boys. The 4th grade boys will begin at 10:45. 6th grade girls at noon. The junior Cavs knockouts at 2 p.m. The 6th grade boys at 3 p.m. And then finally, the 5th grade boys will start at 6 p.m. That'll be the final game of the night. Again, plenty of time for you to come on out and enjoy some basketball, and of course to help out with the local Cardinal community, as this event does such a great job of every single year. Looking over at what we're going to be doing today with the 3rd and 4th grade girls, it's starting off in just a moment, and we'll step aside so you guys can see them get announced and all of that. But for now, let's kind of just talk about what's going to be going on. There'll be 4 10-minute quarters. Those 10-minute quarters will be a running clock, so once the quarter starts, the clock will not stop until the end of the quarter. There will be 2 coaches. The red coach will be Tim Spangler, and Dan Smith will be the black coach. So there will be a couple of players on each team. We'll go over it real quick. Number 1 will be Blythe Boers. Jocelyn Kozad will be wearing number 2, these for the red team. Number 3, Leah Dermott. Selena Groves will wear number 4. Charlie Hill, number 5. Abigail Hoffman, number 6. Allie Magulik, number 7. Ivy Martin, 11. Riley Rowe, 12. Maddie Sealer, 13. Chloe Turk, 14. Brooke Verbick, 15. Sienna White, 16. And Maura Wonders will wear 17. Now, 11 through 17 will be black. 1 through 9 will be red. And we'll step aside to listen to the announcements. All right, so now you've been introduced to the teams, and it's time to start playing some basketball here at Cardinal High School in the 3rd annual President's Day Elementary Showcase, brought to you by Big Leaf Basketball. Again, Tim Spangler will be coaching the red team today. Dan Smith will be coaching the black team. All right, we're getting ready for tip-off here. And we'll have to thank Lulu True, who's sponsoring the Rookie Red team, and Flowers by Emily, sponsoring the black team, and Hastings Farm for helping provide refreshments for this entire game. So if you didn't hear that, there's the grade award winner going to Riley Rowe of the black team. Again, that's Flowers by Emily. She So again, Riley Rowe is the age group player of the year from Big Leaf Basketball. She's on the black team. From LeBray, standing in at 4'9". She'll play guard. Her favorite sports team is the Vanoli Cremona. Her favorite player, Peyton Aldridge, and she also plays softball and volleyball. Look out for number 12 throughout this game because she's guaranteed to score quite a few points. Actually, another thing that's kind of interesting is her dad, Todd, is the LeBray athletic director. So I guess you could say that sports runs in the family for the Rows. And she'll actually be facing off against number 1 on the red team, Blythe Boers. Her father, Dave, is the Riverside athletic director and the Riverside football coach. Now Blythe goes to Burton. She's 4'7", a guard. And her favorite player is Tom Brady, who just won his 6th Super Bowl ring, that with the Patriots in their Super Bowl victory against the Rams just a couple of weeks back. Getting ready for tip-off here, Riley Rowe on the tip for Flowers by Emily. Ball's up, red wins. Blythe Boers with it, gets it over to Leah Dermott, who dribbles around to the baseline, puts it up off the rim, and it rattles out. Jump ball's up, possession arrow is gonna go towards the black team. Black team's gonna bring it up the court. About 9 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Red team with a big steal. That was Jocelyn Kozad. Kozad gets caught up in the lane, a lot of traffic, passes it back out to Leah Dermott. Dermott turns around, bounce pass, but it's stolen by none other than Rowe. Rowe is swarmed by a couple of red defenders, and the ball pops out, red possession. So Lulu True has possession, passes over. That's Abby Hoffman with the ball over at point. She'll pass it out. Dermott dribbling with the left hand, switches over to the right, gets to the lane, steps back, puts the shot up, and it rattles right out before Rowe rebounds. Rowe from LeBray pushing up the court again. This is how she lost the ball last time, but this time keeping the ball away from defenders until coming out of nowhere is Jocelyn Kozad with her second steal of the quarter already. Just a minute and 30 seconds transpired. She's doing excellent work on the defensive end. She's clogged in the lane, tries to put a shot up, nowhere near. But it looks like it squirts over to one of her defenders. Blythe Boers gets it. Now she'll put it up. That one just short. Rebound Red. Red has it in the lane. That's Kozad spinning off the glass, and it's good. So Kozad, the first person to score points here in the President's Day Invitational. Again, brought to you by Big Leaf Basketball. Lulu True, a 2-0 lead over Flowers by Emily. Rowe passes it down low. That's Verbic with the ball, but she loses it, and Red's bringing it right up the court. That's Boers again. Gets over to the lane, and right off the glass again, it's 4-0. Lulu True with the lead. Tim Spangler's team jumping out early. Ball's going to go out of bounds. The pass was intended for Riley Rowe. Couldn't get it over to her, though. So Lulu True's going to inbound. They're already leading by multiple possessions. It's Hoffman over to Boers. Boers dribbling with the left hand. Passes it inside, spinning, putting the shot up as Groves. That rails around for a second before finally bouncing out. And now Rowe retains possession. She'll go up the court. Dribbling around the defenders, looking for an open person. Lose control of the ball, spinning on that pivot foot. Eventually finds Ivy Martin. Martin back to Rowe. Gets over to the baseline, trying to find an edge. Again, keeping the ball away from the defender in the opposite hand. She can dribble with the right and the left hand. Very good for this age group. Threw it off the defender, but didn't really work the way she wanted it to while trapped. So Blythe Boers coming up at the baseline, spins and shoots just short. There's a scrum on the ground for it. Picked up, shots up, again short. Black possession. Flowers by Emily, bringing it up the court. It's Brooke Verbic. Gets it back to Rowe. Rowe in the middle of the lane, immediately scooped right out by Groves. Groves gets it up the court, stops, puts the shot up, but it's short. A little contest on the rebound. Kozad had it. They're going to say it went out on her, so it will be Flowers by Emily ball. We'll take this time to tell you about a cool event coming up. It's going to be the first Berkshire Recreation and Berkshire Boosters horse basketball tournament. It's going to span over 2 days, April 6th and 7th at Berkshire High School over in Burton. There are going to be a couple of age division. There's the boys and men's, 10 and under, 11 through 12, 13, 14, 15 through 18, 19 through 29, 30 through 40, 41 through 45, and then 55 and up. The same divisions for the girls and women. The cost is $25 per player, and the online registration fees are included. So it'll just be $25. There aren't any hidden fees here. It's not going to charge you $29 for it. Everything's fair here at Berkshire. Every player is going to get a Berkshire Horse Tournament shirt, and the first 16 players from each division are going to be accepted. There may be more players later, but right now it's first come, first serve with 16 players. Registration ends March 20th of 2019, and if you want to contact C. Martin at bmscat.com with any questions, they'll be glad to answer anything for you. Again, it's the first Berkshire Recreation and Boosters Horse Basketball Tournament on April 6th and 7th. It's guaranteed to be a fun time, and you get to help out your community and the athletic programs there at Berkshire High School. They've been doing really well over the past couple of years. All right, so it's Flowers by Emily ball. It's Maddie Seller. Eventually gets it inside to Ivy Martin, finds the lane, foul called. So just about 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first. Flowers by Emily has yet to score, but on the other end, we've seen Lulu True score 4 points. That was Maddie Seller on the baseline. She fell to the ground, and they're going to give Flowers by Emily possession. So pass on the inside, gets to the baseline, driving in and putting it up, but it's blocked right into the hands of Ivy Martin. She gives her team 2 and cuts the lead of Flowers by Emily in half. So remember, the red team is Lulu True, Flowers by Emily, the black team. Lulu True with a 4-2 lead. They also have possession, shots up, but long. Rebound going the way of Chloe Turk. Turk goes to Grand Valley High School. She likes the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Kevin Love is her favorite player. She doesn't stick just to basketball either. She likes softball and soccer as well, so 1 winter, 1 fall, and 1 spring sport. This red team with the ball. Steal went to Charlie Hill. Ball's in the corner, bounce pass right back up to Hill. Hill trying to get into the lane, but she's stopped by a couple of defenders before she hands it off. That's Kozad. She's had a big impact on the defensive end so far today. Pass it out, but no one's home. Should be Flowers by Emily, who gets the ball. Flowers by Emily sending Brooke Verbeek back in and Sienna White back in. Looks as though Riley Rose going to sit down for the first time today. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. It's in the first quarter. Don't worry, there are still 3 more for these young girls to battle it out. 4-2 the score early on. That's Chloe Turk getting the ball over to Verbeek. Verbeek, an open lane, shoots up on the run, can't get it. Next shot's going to go around. Red ball. So Lulu True passes it back out. Dermott has it just inside the 3-point arc. Remember, this is the high school 3-point arc. She swings it on over to Abigail Hoffman. Hoffman being double covered. She shoots it back out. That's Dermott spinning before getting it over to Abigail Magulik. Magulik being stopped at the free throw line. She passes it back out. That's Kozad again, or Dermott, excuse me, eventually giving it to Kozad. They're going to call a reach-in foul. Possession retained by Lulu True. 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Pass out to Abigail Hoffman. Hoffman outside the arch. Little bounce pass into Blythe Bors. Bors loses the ball. Diving for it near the baseline is Maddie Seller. And they're going to say it's off of Flowers by Emily, so Lulu True will retain possession. It's Abigail Hoffman on the inbound looking for a player. Eventually finds Jocelyn Kozad. Kozad loses the ball, but it finds her own team. It's Abigail Magulik who jumped up but had her ball blocked, and eventually Flowers by Emily got it. Brooke Verbeek off the glass and in. It's a tie ball game. 31 seconds in the first quarter. 4-4 is the score. 25 seconds. Clock's winding down. Possession to Lulu True. Shot up from Dermott. Can't get it to fall. And now Flowers by Emily with the chance for their first solo lead of the game. Looking around for Maddie Seller. Eventually finds her. 10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7. Shots up but blocked. Lulu True has it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shots up from Dermott, and it just bounces off the glass. Coming up in the second quarter, Craig Martin of the Burton Rec Program Coordinator is going to come on, and he'll talk a little bit about that horse tournament. So we'll be able to talk a little bit more in depth about this tournament. Again, Craig is the contact for that at cmartin@bmscat.com. And we'll talk all about how that's going to benefit Burton High School and plenty of more things. But right now, let's talk about how the Big Leaf families are going to help today, helping the Bell, Keys, and Vanek families, who on September 10th were in a terrible car accident where a negligent driver ran a red light, ended up really harming the family. Paisley, the youngest daughter, ended up dying traveling home from Bainbridge, and Nora, Tamara, and Amber were all harmed in the accident. Luckily, Nora was able to return to school 4 months later and is really healing well, but remember, all proceeds from this tournament today is going to go to those families. And this is the third annual tournament. We'll provide updates on how Tyler Noble is doing, how Skylar Skarnecki is doing as these games progress throughout the day. Remember, this isn't the only game going on in the Big Leaf Basketball President's Day Elementary School Showcase. We're going to have plenty more action coming along throughout the day. Second quarter's underway now. Lulu True starting off with the ball. Ball pops out real quick, but Blythe Boers grabs it, puts her shot up. It's blocked by the black team, so Lulu True is going to retain possession. So Boers, Kozad, Dermott, Groves, and Magulik are all on the court for Lulu True. They'll retain possession. Now on the other end of the court, we've got Verbic, Rowe, Martin, as well as it appears Turk and White on the court. That was Rowe with the steal. 9 minutes on the clock beyond the arc. Tries to pass it inside. Ball's blocked, but it goes right back out to her. So they'll swing it around the other direction. That was Verbic with the shot up. Foul called. That's on the rebound where Sienna White ends up getting the board. So this will be worth one shot, according to the official crew. Again, look forward to this interview with Craig Martin. We're going to talk about Berkshire Recreation Association and their first Boosters horse basketball game. Shot was made. Lulu True brought it back down. Remember, this is the first lead for Flowers by Emily today. Pass on the backside of White. She didn't see it coming, though, so it bounced harmlessly out of bounds. Lulu True will end up with the ball now. Lulu True getting it inside. That's Groves. And they say Groves double dribbled, meaning it's going right back over to Flowers by Emily. We'd also like to give a shout out to the sponsor, Hastings Farm, who's providing chocolate milk and other refreshments for everything going on today. Back-to-back double dribbles, this time called on Verbic. Now Lulu True is going to have the ball once again. Lulu True passing it in. Charlie Hill with the ball. Driving inside to the lane. Ball squirts out, but she gets it back right beyond the three-point arch. She'll swing it over to Dermott. Dermott coming in. She has an opening off the glass, just hard. Rebound going towards Boers. Boers misses her shot, and it carries out of bounds, meaning Flowers by Emily retains possession. Flowers by Emily. It's going to inbound. Everyone just waiting for it to get all set up. It's going to be Rowe bringing it up. Rowe driving towards the left side. Pass it to Turk, but the ball carries out. All right, so it went out on Lulu True. More specifically, it went out on Dermott. So now Flowers by Emily is going to inbound. Their path errant. They're going to call jump ball. It was a good job from Abigail Hoffman getting to the ground and making sure that she had at least a portion of possession to get that steal. It's Charlie Hill bringing it up. Hill getting to the lane, puts the shot up short, rebound. It's going to Brooke Verbeek. Verbeek, bounce pass, gets to Maddie Seller. Seller fighting around the outside of the perimeter, can't get anywhere. Finds Rowe. Rowe's kind of trapped at the quarter court mark where the logo is. That's the sponsor by the Chevy Network. Ball's punched out, but Flowers by Emily is going to retain possession. 5 minutes, 20 seconds here. The score is 5-4. Flowers by Emily, that's the black team leading Lulu True, the red team today. Black team inbounding. Ball smacked out by the red team. Big Leaf basketball in their third year doing this tournament. They do such a great job every year. Shots hard from Brooke Verbeek, excuse me. So Lulu True has possession, ready to go down the court. It's Abigail Hoffman. Punches it back out to Dermott. Dermott up. Off the glass, off the rim. Can't get to go in, though. Rowe gets the rebound. Rowe slows things down. Her team has a 1-point lead in a 5-4 ball game. She passes it a little bit long. Seller trying to reel it in before going out of bounds, but instead she steps over that half-court line. That's over and back. No possession change during that. Lulu True gains possession. Waiting for some subs to cycle in and out. Lulu True getting 2 new members to their starting staff. It's Charlie Hill passing it to the inside. Shots off the glass, doesn't go in. Rebound fought for, but eventually finds its way to Maddie Seller. Sealer over to Rowe. Rowe passes it inside. Mora wonders, can't get the ball to go up. Rowe hits the hardwood. Jump ball's up. Possession arrow should be towards the black team. Rowe will inbound now. Ball is punched out on the inbound, but black team retains possession. Rowe has it. Pass it to the middle. Ivy Martin puts it up, rattles out. Rebound goes the way of the red team. Red team bringing it up. That's Selena Groves. Jump ball called, but possession arrow just went towards the black team. This time Lulu True retains possession. They're going to call a timeout from the black team. And let's just remind you what's coming up in just a little bit. Craig Martin's going to come on from the Burton Rec program. He's the coordinator of it, and he'll be running that horse tournament we've talked a little bit about on April 6th and 7th at Berkshire High School. As a reminder, there will only be 16 players for each age group. The age groups include, there will be both a boys division and a girls division for 10 and under, 11 through 12, 13 through 14, 15 through 18, 19 through 29, 30 through 40, 41 through 55, and then 55 and up. The cost is just $25 per player, and that's a flat cost. All the online fees are associated with it. Each player is going to receive a Berkshire Horse Tournament shirt, and the first 16 players from each division will be accepted. More players may be added, but inclusion is going to be on a first-come, first-served basis. They're thinking it'll just be 16 people for each age group. Coming out of the timeout, we have 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Lulu True, that's the red team, jumped out to a real quick lead, 4-0. Since then, it's been all Flowers by Emily, scoring 5 unanswered points in this tight contest early on today. So inbound, going towards Lulu True, trying to get their first lead since late in the first quarter, but that pass goes right to Rowe. Remember, she was the player of the year for this age group. The ball's squirted out, gets eventually to the red team. Lulu True bringing it up. That's Abigail Hoffman. Long shot goes off the glass. Couple of defenders on the ground. Eventually, Lulu True retains. Looks as though that's Dermott. Dermott gets it to Hill. Hill drives in off the glass. Foul's called, though. That'll be one free throw. The free throw that was made earlier ended up giving Flowers by Emily the lead. We'll see if this can even things up, keeping the tide similar. Just one shot here. That's how this works. It's up, off the rim, and rattles out. That shooter was Charlie Hill. She goes to Garfield, 4'6", plays point guard. Her favorite sports teams are the Indians, Browns, and Cavs. And her favorite player, the young Baker Mayfield. She also plays softball, and she's a tumbler for gymnastics. Shots up from Abigail Hoffman. Hoffman got it to go through. Abigail Hoffman giving her team a lead, 7-5. So the way the free throws are working in this game is it's 1 point automatically given to you when you're fouled while shooting. The other one could possibly come from a free throw. So there's another shooting foul, making it 7-6. And now it's Ivy Martin. Martin from Burton, 4'11". She can play guard or forward. Cleveland Cavaliers are her favorite team, and LeBron James her favorite player. Funny that LeBron's her favorite player because LeBron also plays that 3 position that Martin plays. She misses the free throw. Rebound goes to red team. Spinning away from the defenders, Charlie Hill. Timeouts called by Lulu True. Just under 40 seconds here. So there's quite a bit of scoring going on in the last 2 minutes of this quarter after there wasn't much for the first 8 minutes. It's now 7-6. Lulu True regains the lead. For much of the first quarter, they had the lead. It was 4-0 at one point, Lulu True. And then Flowers by Emily scored 5 unanswered before the 3-point play coming from Lulu True to make it 7-5. And the free throw getting Flowers by Emily to within 1. Quite an exciting first half of play. You can hear the school bell going off, but there are no classes today on President's Day. Instead, just the Big Leaf Basketball President's Day Elementary School Showcase. Let's give a thank you to some of the sponsors of today's tournament. Vinny's Italian Kitchen, Lifetime Video Diaries LLC, Geauga Mechanical, Great Lakes Growers, Flowers by Emily, Geauga Knights of Baseball, Hi-Fi Entertainment, Troy Manufacturing, the Junior Cavaliers, Escape Designs, Warren's Spirited Kitchen, Lulu True Holistic Beauty and Wellness, and Coffee Corners Coffee House in Burton, Ohio. Finally, you'll also have Hastings Farms, who help provide some refreshments today. 15 seconds on the clock. Lulu True shot no good. Timeout this time going the way of Flowers by Emily with 12.7 seconds remaining. And there's a reason they're calling all these timeouts. It's because every possession matters in a 1-point ball game. Going into the half, you want your team to have the lead for the second half. So everyone's talking things over real quickly. Again, just a reminder of today's schedule. There will be games all day going until about 6 p.m. So there's nonstop action here at Cardinal High School. Right now you're watching the 3rd and 4th grade girls. They're playing 4 10-minute quarters. The 3rd grade boys are kicking off next at 9:30, followed by the 4th grade boys at 10:45. 6th grade girls at noon. The Junior Cavs knockout is at 2. The 6th grade boys will be playing at 3. And the 5th grade boys playing at 6 p.m. Right, so inbound, 10 seconds left. They have Rowe with the ball. She passes it out. Ivy Martin at the baseline, tries to get inside, 3 seconds left, shots up, no good from Chloe Turk, and now they're just gonna hold the ball until the half. So at halftime, Flowers by Emily leading 7-6. Again, just a recap of how we got here. Lulu True came out to a 4-0 lead. In the second quarter, though, Flowers by Emily came out firing on all cylinders. They scored 5 unanswered, the final coming off of a foul. Then a 3-point play allowed Lulu True to gain a 7-5 lead. One more foul gave Flowers by Emily their 6th and final point. It's just a quick halftime, about 5 minutes. There's 2 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock. So again, we'll talk a little bit about the beneficiary of today's event. It's the Belkis and Vanek families. Big Leaf Basketball is trying to help them in a big way after a September 10, 2018 car accident that turned their entire lives upside down. 4 members were involved in a traffic car accident that really affected all of them and everyone close to them. Tamara, her daughter Nora, and Amber and Paisley were all traveling home from Bainbridge after an afternoon of shopping for ballet surprise when a negligent driver ran a red light and struck their vehicle. The car was hit so hard that it pushed them into a metal utility pole and box. The damage was extensive, and as a result, they lost a huge part of their family. Paisley went to be with God that day, and Nora was in a fight for her life. Amber and Tamara sustained injuries, but were able to be with their little girls in those precious moments. Instead of starting ballet, they waited to hear the outcome of Nora's injuries and planned a funeral for Paisley, but since the accident, their family's done the best they can. They know that Paisley's in heaven with her papas, and Nora was able to return to school after about 4 months of recovery. She's healing much better than anyone could have expected. So this tournament's trying to give a little bit more help to that family that was affected in such a terrible way by a negligent driver. This is the 3rd annual Big Leaf Basketball Tournament, or the 4th, excuse me. As always, the event has 2 goals. The first is to band together as a basketball community to help a family in need. It's near and dear to the heart of the commissioner, Matt Jensen, who lost his brother to ALS on New Year's Day back in 2015. During his battle, his friends and his music community put together multiple creative fundraisers that strengthened his spirits and meant so much to their family. Then he had the idea to showcase it for standout basketball players, and it's done in his spirit. The second goal is obviously to provide a platform that fosters the child's love of the game basketball. That's the live stream that us here at Ohio Varsity provides to the pregame introductions to the great program that is provided here. Should you guys come to Cardinal High throughout the day, you'll see plenty of them. So here's recipients of everyone's generous donations of the Vanek and Bell families. The 2 mothers were tragically affected from a family in the hometown of Burton, Ohio. So again, it's all about family, it's all about community here at the 4th annual Big Leaf Basketball President's Day Elementary School Showcase. When we look at the Big Leaf players, most of them like the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's 52 of the players say the Cavaliers are their favorite team. Next highest is the Cleveland Browns at 17. The Indians at 14, and they're tied with the Golden State Warriors. Beyond that, you have the Oklahoma City Thunder with 8, the Lakers with 8, the Steelers with 6, the Celtics with 4, the Bucks with 3. 3 people said they have no favorite teams, the Cowboys with 3, and the Seahawks, Patriots, and Kansas City all have 2. So Flowers by Emily starting with the ball here in the second half. That's Ivy Martin trying inside. It's intercepted by Lulu True, but it's intercepted out of bounds. So Flowers by Emily retains possession. 9 minutes, 40 seconds left. We're gonna have a special guest now. It's Riley Rowe. Riley Rowe coming to join us. She's been playing most of the first half. Flowers by Emily team. Riley, how are you today?
I'm feeling pretty good. I was really excited that I got the MVP.
Yeah, of course, and that comes from a lot of hard work. How often are you in the backyard with your dad, Todd, the athletic director of LeBray, just playing basketball?
Well, we like to get into the gym anytime we can to
Gotcha.
practice.
How excited were you to be playing with all your friends here at the Big Leaf basketball tournament?
Well, I was actually disappointed because the two people from my team got split up and went on the other team.
Oh, gotcha. So it's a little bit of a competition, right? Your team against their team. All right, so here you talked a little bit about yourself and your favorite player, Peyton Aldridge. You also play softball and volleyball. Why is Peyton your favorite player?
Well, he's a really good friend, and he probably
Cavs, the Indians, or the Browns?
probably the cat.
Burden. If you want to, you could follow her on Instagram. She provided that. It's MRowe, ROWE 2333. She's going to be a heck of a basketball player, 4'9" guard, and of course she likes Italian basketball, the Vanoli Cremona, and Peyton Aldridge, her favorite player. She also plays softball and volleyball. So quite a bit of scoring here recently. The home team, that's the red team, leading 11-6. They jumped out real quick in the second half. Dermott gets it down low. Ball glances out of bounds, but stays with the red team. And Rowe's going to check right back in. So from the interview over to the basketball court. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. There's 4 10-minute quarters that will be played here today. Checking out of the game for Flowers by Emily is Maddie Seller. So Lulu True ends up getting it to go in. It's Leah Dermott. Rowe immediately with the ball, pass it over to the corner. That's Turk, and she's tied up by the red team. Possession stays with the black team. That was Selena Groves on the defense there, forcing the jump ball. Bounce pass in the middle. Ivy Martin puts it off the glass, can't get it there. Another jump ball, this time goes towards the red team. So Lulu True working hard defensively. Charlie Hill forcing that jump ball this time. Eventually, it gives their team a free possession. Their team leading by 7. A big part of that's got to be the great defensive play of the squad. Rowe steals the ball. Carries it up the court. Dribbling with her left, tries to shoot the ball up, and they're going to say it was a clean block and not a foul. So that gives the red team the ball. Lulu True. Leah Dermott loses the ball, carrying it up the courts. The black team. A pass goes from Verbeek to White. White inside, can't get the shot to fall, and that's been the way it's gone in the second half for Flowers by Emily. Flowers by Emily has gotten a lot of close shots, but they haven't gotten anything to fall from Lulu True. Ball goes out of bounds, but it's off of Flowers by Emily, so Lulu True retains possession. Subs coming in for Lulu True. It's Abigail Hoffman and Jocelyn Kozad. Kozad had a big defensive presence in the first half. Red team inbounding, bounce pass to Boers. Boers spin around the outside. Bounces it over. Now it's coming inside. That's Flowers by Emily with the ball. They're going to say they're going to retain possession. Working a little hard. And so now we're going to have Mandy Rowe joining us. We just talked to Riley Rowe a little bit. And it's crazy. She comes up here right after halftime and then immediately goes down, checks in, and she's playing point guard again. How exciting do you think it is for her to be named the MVP of her age division?
I think she's really excited. just being around basketball her whole life. And playing with the boys, her brother's in 5th grade. So she practices with them all the time and practices with my varsity girls in the gym shooting. So I'm sure she's thrilled.
It's a little bit like Josh Hamilton, the famous baseball player. He was the youngest of 3 or 4 kids, and he always played up in age with his older siblings, and it really helped him to play well. You can see Riley knows all the fundamentals. She's really aggressive on defense, fighting for the rebound right there. Can't stay in bounds, but as you get older, you eventually get a little bit better balance, and those end up coming in. Her dad, the athletic director of LeBray, how much do you think that helps factor into her love of sports early on?
She's really had no choice. So baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball, both my husband and I were athletes, college athletes. So we're trying to instill the love of sports in both our kids.
Right, and I mean, growing up, you have all these events that kids go to and stuff, and I know, I was a multi-sport athlete in high school, and you often overlook how many sacrifices parents have to make to come on out and drive you to those events and sit through them, especially the outdoor ones, right? Like when softball starts, it's 30, 40 degrees outside in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, we've already started that, but we're indoors, luckily, so.
Oh, that's real nice. What's your favorite memory of watching Riley kind of grow up and play basketball, softball, volleyball, etc.?
I don't know if I have a specific, but we've had the same group of girls since about kindergarten going through, and softball, basketball, they won a softball championship in the 8U as 6-year-olds, so that was pretty exciting. And they're really progressing with basketball and softball, so we're excited to see what the future holds for all of those girls.
It was really funny. Riley came up here, and I asked what kind of inspires her to play as much as she does and what she thinks gets her to the next level, and she said it's just thinking about winning. She really enjoys winning. Is that kind of the attitude shared by you and her?
Well, it's funny because we always tell her, we're like, have fun, have fun. She says winning is fun, so she's got that winning attitude. Hopefully she can keep that as she gets older. We like the competitiveness that she has.
Right, there's the Moneyball line that says, I hate losing so much, I hate it more than I like winning. It's nice to hear a little kid who's just about having fun, and winning is fun, so let's kind of correlate those two things.
Yeah, she likes to, and she'll get her team involved, and she doesn't care what it takes. She'll do whatever to win, so. And she always smiles, too. She'll be dribbling down the court with a smile on her face.
She talked a little bit about her friend Peyton Aldridge, who plays over in Italy, and she said she's excited for him to become an NBA player. How did she start getting to watching Italian basketball?
Well, they're great family friends of ours, so vacations. We've been watching him since he was in 4th, 5th grade. My husband coached him a little bit. So he's like a big brother to her. He's actually coming home today, so she's really excited to see him.
That's really awesome, and you can talk a little bit about the basketball community, right? There's a community for sports, and it's almost like a giant family, right?
Right.
All right, so that's the end of the 3rd quarter. There's 10 more minutes left of play, and the red team, that's Lulu True, leading the black team, Flowers by Emily, 13-8. Again, this is Mandy Rowe joining us right now, the mother of Riley Rowe. Riley, the MVP for the 3rd and 4th grade girls basketball team, also wearing number 12 on the Flowers by Emily team today. One last question before I let you go. What does this tournament specifically mean to all the players playing in it? We know the impact it has in the local community, but how cool is it for a 3rd or a 4th grader to be named to an all-star game in their region?
Yeah, I think it's really awesome that they get to participate in this great fundraiser for this family, and they understand that this is just for fun, and that they get to play for the family and get their names announced. That's really special. The music playing's fun, and it's for a good cause.
Of course. Well, Mandy, thanks for coming on today. Guys, we got one more quarter. Again, running clock, 4th quarter. It's going to come underway right now. Scores 13-8, the red team leading. Remember, the red team jumped out to a quick lead. It was 4-0, followed by the black team answering back, scoring 5 straight unanswered. Then a quick 3-point play from the red team made it 7-5. It came back to 7-6. before Lulu True jumped out in the second half to a 13-6 lead. We'll see if Flowers by Emily can answer here. Here's Rowe down low, putting a shot up. Foul is called. That means Rowe will have a chance to make a free throw, and she automatically gets a point. So it's a 4-point game right now. Already one made free throw in the second half for the Flowers by Emily team. We'll see what Riley Rowe can do. Does she practice this shot often?
All the time.
And she has it just a little long, but gets her own rebound, going for the 4-point play almost. All right, so thanks again to Mandy Moore. That's Riley's mother coming on, talking a little bit about some childhood memories early on, talking about being a college athlete, etc. Lulu True coming in now. It's Abby Magulik, rather, on the impact. Magulik passes inside. Gets it to Kozad. Tie up on the ground. Possession arrow going to the red team. The official signaling red.